More than 120 countries have defied President Donald Trump and voted in favor of a United Nations General Assembly resolution calling for the United States to drop its recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Mr. Trump had threatened to cut off financial aid to countries that voted in favor, but a total of 128 countries backed the resolution, 35 abstained, and 9 voted against. However, the U.S. leader's threat appeared to have some impact, with more countries abstaining, including Australia, and rejecting the resolution than usually associated with Palestinian-related resolutions. Nevertheless, Washington found itself isolated on the world stage as many of its Western and Arab allies voted for the measure. Some of those allies, like Egypt, Jordan and Iraq, are major recipients of U.S. military or economic aid. Meanwhile, Guatemala, Honduras, Marshall Islands, Micronesia, Palau, Nauru and Togo joined the US and Israel in voting no. A spokesman for Western-backed Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas called the vote a victory for Palestine, but Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected the resolution as preposterous. Ahead of the vote, the United States said it was singled out for attack at the United Nations over Jerusalem, which holds Muslim, Jewish and Christian holy sites. The United States will remember this day in which it was singled out for attack in the General Assembly for the very act of exercising our right as a sovereign nation, U.S. Ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley told the 193-member General Assembly. And so many countries come calling on us, as they so often do, to pay even more and to use our influence for their benefit? Earlier this month, Mr. Trump reversed decades of U.S. policy by announcing the United States recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and would move its embassy there. The status of Jerusalem is one of the thorniest obstacles to a peace deal between Israel and the Palestinians, who were furious over Mr. Trump's move. The international community does not recognize Israeli sovereignty over the full city. Israel captured East Jerusalem in a 1967 war and Palestinians want it as the capital of a future state they seek. The resolution reaffirmed 10 Security Council resolutions on Jerusalem, dating back to 1967, including requirements that the city's final status must be decided in direct negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians. It affirms that any decisions and actions which purport to have altered the character, status or demographic composition of the Holy City of Jerusalem have no legal effect, are null and void and must be rescinded. The draft resolution demands that all states comply with Security Council resolutions regarding the Holy City of Jerusalem, and not to recognize any actions or measures contrary to those resolutions. The vote was called at the request of Arab and Muslim countries. The United States, backing its ally Israel, vetoed the resolution on Monday in the 15-member UN Security Council. The remaining 14 Security Council members voted in favor of the Egyptian-drafted resolution, which did not specifically mention the United States or Mr. Trump but which expressed deep regret at recent decisions concerning the status of Jerusalem. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan told the United States it could not buy Turkey's support in Thursday's vote.